This, I can't get the window out of my face. I'm just gonna leave it. So today I want to talk on optimization and also the importance of it in terms of everybody has something to say, and here's me saying something. However, what I'm trying to convey is the fact that we should listen to nobody, not even me. There's just information everywhere, and everyone's saying, do this, no, this is the way, no, this is the way, and it's all so definite and also finite. Like there's only one way to do things, like you must use the vegan diet, or you must be strictly carnivore, or all of these absolutes. And it's fucking ridiculous if you think about it. Like everybody has a different makeup, everyone's gut microbiome is different, everyone has different body types, so trying to prescribe one blanket anything to anybody is ridiculous. Yeah, diet included, routine, way of life, everything. So with that in mind, we're the only ones, this is really annoying me, we're the only ones who can decide for ourselves. We have to trial stuff ourselves and see what works for us, what suits us, what suits our body, what suits our lifestyle, what suits what we like to do on a day-to-day basis. Let me try and move. Fucking hell, it's kind of trippy. Yes, so the way that I've done it is it has to start with the experimentation phase. So we've got to listen to what everyone has to say. Well, we don't have to listen to them, but trial what's out there. We can't try before you buy. We won't know which one works for us unless we have tried them out. So the experimentation phase is always where I've started when trialing out a different thing, whether it be routine, diet, sleep times, anything. So yeah, experimentation phase number 1. So try out different things, see what works for you. Yeah, if you want to try keto, see if it improves your energy levels, do whatever. But first, don't listen to what anyone else has to say and see what works for you. So like, it's the same with any information. We have to be very careful who we take our information from. So you can just go on any social media or anywhere and there's just just bombardment of different opinions and perspectives. I used to think that I was a night owl. If you hear someone saying that, there we go, it's gone now. It's so I would work well at night, potentially because I saw somebody else saying that it's the best time to get work done when everyone else is asleep. But you could have an iron deficiency and fucking get to sleep or get tired earlier in the day, and then that's not going to work for you just because it worked for somebody else. Same way some people are morning birds. They can get up. Morning birds? Some people function really well in the morning. That's actually what I do now. Or it's not what I do now. It's what I do now. But it's always suited me. However, I used to think I was a night owl. Morning bird and night owl. So I'm now, after trying out all the different work times, first thing in the morning is when I get my best work done. So that's what I'm doing now. I do my work in the morning, and if I don't do it in the morning, I'll leave it till later on. It's worse quality, or it's dragging over me, and yeah. So when we're doing this, it's good to chunk things off, I found. Trying to do everything at once is just hectic. It means that there's so many variables at play that we don't know what's actually making the difference. So if we're making changes, we don't know which thing is making the difference. Is it our diet? Is it our time we work out? We don't know what's actually causing the the change or the improvement. So with all of it, we want to pick one thing at a time and just chunk it off. So focus on optimizing diet, let's say. And again, just interchanging one metric at a time, like split testing Facebook ads. We just want to change the color first or the font. We don't want to change the color and the font and the picture, because then we don't know which ad worked better or what change would actually made the difference. So we want to focus on the ingredients first, or what we're eating, and then once that we've optimized that, then we can focus on the times that we're eating it on, etc. So yeah, chunk stuff off. So if we try to do everything at once, we just won't know what's good. With all of this is a prescription that everybody gives, but it's good to journal on it or just be collecting some data, because without writing it down, it's like a waiter in a restaurant. You can take a couple of people's order, but if you got 7 people there and they all want starters, main course and desserts, there's no way you're going to remember all of that when you go back to the kitchen. It's the same thing with all of this. Yes, we can remember, okay, this works better for me. Oh yeah, actually bananas don't really suit me. It gives me a bit of mucus. But then when you add that with what time you need to go to sleep, what morning routine, all the information, we're not going to remember it unless we have it put down somewhere. And it actually helps in terms of, I found that extracting it from our brains and putting it on paper is some kind of clearance that is, I don't know, can we only hold so many things in our head at a time? But I really find that writing stuff down seems to clear out space in my head. And if we're trying to keep our routine, our diet, and everything going on up in our head, instead of just writing it down, I think it's a no-brainer. And also, writing just is the best thing in the world. Like my life is so much better when I'm writing, so much better. I can tell. Like all my problems just seem to just disappear when I put them on paper. And if you do that every day, then your problems are disappearing every day. So then once you have them all, once we've optimized them all, put it into a routine. So this has been the biggest determinant as to how productive I've been, my routine, and whether I had one or not. So having all the information is one thing, applying it is another one. And I've always found it to be cyclical. So everything in life just goes in these cycles, and productivity and routine and everything it's the same. It's just the way of life. Recession, boom, rain, sun, like everything is just going around in these cycles, and they're happening, and we shouldn't try and fight them. We should just try and capitalize when things are going good and hold on when things are going bad. Right now, I am definitely in a bad stage. So I don't want to say the word bad, but it is. It's I'm at the bottom of the spiral. Let's say I am down here, ready. But with those after that comes the up stage. So right now, it's not good for me to try and do too many things, take too many risks. I just want to hold on to what I have and get through this period to then continue on the up stage. And then when I can feel myself coming out of that on the up again, on the up spiral, that's when I can start making big moves, start taking risks, etc. So just being aware of the natural ebb and flow, or whatever you want to call it, pendulum swing, does help to know what to be doing and when to be taking more care of yourself, let's say. How did I get into that? Talking about routine. Oh yeah, routine. So fall back on the routine. Often what I find is when I'm in the negatives, my routine falls away because everything is falling away. And it's only natural. However, we can use our routine as our foundations. So I am now reverting back to the time when my routine was the most efficient for me, and executing that again, and yeah, it's helping a lot. I'll go through routine and the different ones I've tried out in the past in another video. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So optimizing helps every facet. One thing that I definitely have slacked on is sleep in the past. So when I have optimized for sleep in the past, it was just strictly number of hours slept. I wasn't actually optimizing sleep quality. So I was just measuring how long did I sleep, how did I feel. I wasn't taking into account all of the variables that go into it, like temperature of room, brightness of the window coming in, time that I ate before I went to bed, how much I drank before I went to bed in case I needed to wee, all of these things. So sleep is now what I'm optimizing now. You'll find after a while you build up, like over the last 3 years, just optimizing everything, just every day, just writing out what went well, what didn't go well, and after a while you build up and you realize, and it's a constant game, if you want to call it a game, or a never-ending cycle. However, that's not a negative thing. It's a good thing, and it's not laborsome. As I said, when I'm writing, my days are better. So it's improving yourself all the time, and it's not needed to be so scientific. After a while, it does initially. So right now, sleep has to be scientific for me, but diet and all that kind of stuff, it doesn't need to be. However, because I've done the scientific stage and I have it all here, all I have to do is read it. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Yeah, I would say optimizing has definitely helped my life. Last thing, I say it's helped my life. However, sticking to it is another thing. So we can find out exactly what's best for us. However, doing what's best for us is a complete different kettle of fish. So yeah, that's something that needs to be touched on. Accountability, consistency, all of these things, discipline, they all play into it. But yeah, that's a story for another day. That's all now. Peace.